and with accessibility. As Vietnam becomes a more prevalent destination and a target destination for tourists, we need to develop those services that go hand in hand as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.
Questions for Joey, so please feel free to raise your hand for the mic.
Thanks, Joey. I know the company's already released a statement in regard to the worsening relations between Vietnam and China on the company's operations, but I was wondering if you could perhaps go into a little bit of detail about what measures the company is taking to protect its clients.
Very good question. So, one thing to start, the visitors that come across that border, just to give you a rundown, into that economic zone or the free trade zone, they come accompanied by the junket operators, and most likely, most of the time, accompanied by a member of our VIP services staff as well. Of course, the nature of the visitor to our casino predominantly is VIP. So we actually put down a couple of house rules here. First, they aren't allowed to deviate away from their destination, which is the hotel casino. And of course, if they do decide to visit the town, and also maybe Sapa nearby, which is a UNESCO heritage listed tourism destination, they do so at their own risk. We have a very good relationship with both the Herco government and the Lao Cai government, and as long as they stay within this free trade zone under our care, we can do everything we can to protect them. At the moment, as of now, even after opening the new property, there has been no incidences, there's been no border closures. The business is as usual, and there has been no incidents whatsoever. Of course, we're still vigilant and we won't take things for granted. We've increased security at the property. We've engaged with a private security company to beef up the security as well. And actually, a matter of fact is, I'm traveling tomorrow via Hanoi, and so are a large contingent of my guests and investors who are joining me in the opening ceremony on Friday. And the situation has been very encouraging. The Prime Minister's office has issued a very strict order to all departments in the police and internal security to clamp down on these uprisings. And we're still proceeding with our launch and grand opening without, of course, with extra security measures, but we're still going to proceed with that.
I just want to get your impression of the Ho Tram casino, if you don't want to talk specifically about Ho Tram, and talk about whether it would be sensible to locate a casino in Vietnam 2 hours from an international airport and 2 hours from a nearby large population center.
Great, thanks for your question. It's a good one. So it's more of a commentary on the Ho Tram property. I believe from day one, this is a fantastic vision. I think it's a great project. Absolutely massive potential. I think positioned very well for in the event. I mean, whoever can. I mean, we're all betting people perhaps, but when they do liberalize, if I had $1, that would be my bet. And I think first of all, it's isolated from Ho Chi Minh, like you just mentioned. It is an up-and-coming sort of tourist destination, but the new Ho Chi Minh International Airport is actually being built. It's actually being built halfway between Ho Chi Minh City as it is and the Ho Tram property. So if value, I don't know what kind of value add that might bring, but that would definitely make a big impact on the property. Their business is still predominantly dependent on fly-ins into Ho Chi Minh and out to the property. So I think that's where they should really spend a lot of their time and efforts, which I think they're trying to do a good job there out in Ho Tram. Of course, the other thing that we mentioned earlier was the junket commissions. They would have to revisit that schedule and try to make it competitive compared to the regional plays in the area as well. Sorry, did I answer the question?
there has been volatility in terms of the level of access for mainland Chinese to frequent Macau. From time to time, it's been very restrictive, it's eased. So keeping with that thought, to what extent is there a legitimate risk that there could be near-term prohibitions on allowing mainland Chinese to enter Vietnam for purposes of this location of your property? Perhaps whether it's as a result of the current tensions or for other external political factors.
Okay, that's a very good question as well. First of all, I think I'd like to talk a little bit about the social political setup geographically as well. These two provinces have always been sort of unwanted children of their respective countries. Not really unwanted per se, but autonomous, I'd say. Fairly autonomous. First, they're both very similar in that respect. Geographically distant from their respective capitals, Beijing and Yunnan province, and of course Hanoi and Lao Cai. Being geographically distant as well in similarity, there's also this similarity in the ethnic minorities. There aren't a large number, but there is a substantial number of ethnic minorities in both of these provinces, which allow for that diversification of policies, for example. Many a time, the central governments in both countries come up with decrees and orders and laws. They don't necessarily trickle down to these provinces. And just for example, that bilateral trade relationship, they've grown over time to coexist and to have this symbiotic relationship between them. There has been a couple of border closures over the years that we've been operating. None of them have been due to political tensions between Hanoi and Beijing. All of them have come from security reasons, health reasons, and things like that. For example, last year in December, there was torrential rainfall